What is said is sometimes misunderstood. We have all said things in our lifetime. We have, me included, you included. When our words come out of our mouth and yet they're perceived the wrong way, they are thought of in the wrong context. If there was a misunderstanding in words, there's books on that. What I said is not what I mean. Hello, Applebrook's honey. You ever hear those books? What I said is not what I mean. And it's true. There's different styles of communication. There's different ways that people, Rosie, how do you watch out? People take what you say. I'm guilty of it. I can say things to people. I can. I've ran into several people within my life. I can say something and it's misunderstood. And you can say things and it's totally misunderstood. And then what happens? You got misunderstanding. And instead of talking things out, we just jump to conclusions. We jump to conclusions, you all. We really do. There really is we have problems with communication at times. We do. And it's normal. It's normal for humans. If you're a human watching this, you know it's normal. If you're not human, you know, you may say, well, these humans are really strange. No, it's normal. It's normal to have misunderstandings between people when you're thinking one way and they're thinking another way. It is. And sometimes we don't truly hear the message that is being conveyed. We don't, because we've already got our mindset, oh, I know what you're saying. I know why you're saying what you're saying. Do you? Oh, yeah. But that was not my words. That's not what I said. I've been guilty of this. When someone says something to me, my husband would say it all the time. I want to do something, and whenever he said, I think, you want to do that right now? No, I'm not saying right now. That's his mindset. I don't mean right now. He would tell me that all the time. Whenever he thinks something, I think of in the very present. That's me. I think, well, if the words come out of your mouth, that means you want to do it right then and there. That's how I am at times. It is. It's took me years, and I still haven't gotten over how to, when somebody tells me something, I think they mean right here and now. Because I don't think, me, myself, I don't think, hello there, Danette, I don't think down the line. I don't. I live in the present. I do. And when I say something, here's what it is. I don't think out loud. Sometimes I do, but some people think out loud more than others. And it's hard. It's really hard, you all. If you're not a person who does the thinking out loud, does the planning out loud, how are you going to, yeah, that's right, you all. So what's the title of this, Gina? It's like, that's what I said. What I said is not what I mean. The words may come out of your mouth and someone may take your words totally opposite of what they came out, totally, because they may view it in a different way of viewing. Some people do have different ways of viewing, and it's strange. It's like a form of miscommunication. And when you do that and you don't take the time to communicate, then we jump to conclusions. I've jumped to conclusions before. I have. And so have you. If you're watching this, you know you've jumped to conclusions. And not everybody likes to talk things out. They do not, because it's a hassle. It's a hassle to talk things out. It is. And it's not pleasant. It's not, you all. Rosie, honey, you want to look out the window? I'll just give you a little peek. You want to look out the window a little bit, Rosie, honey? Because you look like a little baby. Yeah, she just wants to look a little bit. Go on, Rosie. You can look only a little bit. Because it's too cold for you, Rosie. Yeah, you are. We've got to learn to communicate Even though communication is really hard, it's hard to communicate. It is. It's hard for me. It's hard for you at times. Some people have no problem communicating when there's some type of disagreement. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. You think after all these years that humans been on the earth, have not learned how to communicate effectively. Well, sometimes it's like that. It is. And what do? Oh my gosh, you got to make yourself do it. Hello. Welcome. Yeah. Um Hello, Marcy. The spider is here who knows no mercy. The spider. Oh, okay. The king. The king, honey, would you like to tell us what you're talking about? The spider, because this sounds like a cryptic. The day of punishment. The spider is here who knows no mercy. This is cryptic right here. This sounds like a threat, is what it sounds like, the king. And if it is a threat, because I'm feeling the energy from it, I am feeling the energy from it. The day of punishment, the spider is here who knows no mercy. Who are you threatening? Really? Who are you threatening? That's what I'd like to know. Who are you threatening and what's your real name? The king. I feel your energy. I feel your energy all the way through the phone. I do. I feel it. Gracious Heavenly Father, I pray right now against this energy, these words that are coming through this individual, because they're not coming from a place of love. They're not. I pray right now in the name of Jesus, may you remove this energy, whatever it is, in the name of Jesus, because it's not welcome here. It's not, in the name of Jesus. Yeah, that energy is not welcome here. It's not. You're lost. I'm feeling misunderstandings. I really am. That's right. Amen. There's been misunderstandings, and there haven't been no talking outs. There hasn't been at all. And as with anyone, you all, that's right. Misunderstandings. Maybe this video's for you. Maybe. Yeah. When the king said some dark stuff, yes, Wes the king, he said very dark stuff, whoever Wes the king is, extremely dark. And that's why we prayed. The energy, I felt the energy through here, whoever Wes the king was. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I've been in my pajamas all day long. All day long, you all. That's right. You all, please, when you have misunderstandings, when you say something and people hear it the wrong way, please take the time to, before you jump to conclusions, take the time to talk, clear the air, clear the air. That's what you need to do, clear the air. Because being silent is no good. It's no good to be silent, no. And it's hard, it's difficult to clear the air. You can even be in a workplace and you hear something, somebody says something, and you want to know what that something was, and they won't even speak. They won't even speak. I've had that done to me before in the workplace. I'm thinking, why are you all talking? And someone said, I know what you said about me. I said, what did I say? She goes, I know exactly what you said. Do you realize I can squash you like a bug? I don't even know what they were talking about. Have no idea. I could squash you like a bug. And I'm sitting here thinking, wow. Don't even know where it came from. Nobody would even tell me. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Jennifer. You all know, no, please. If you misunderstand what someone said, please take the time to say, did you mean to say this? What are you trying to say? Please take the time to ask, ask, what are you trying to say? Because I received it this way. It takes courage. It truly does take courage to speak up, to ask, because you never know. You never know. You never know. You never know what you say may offend someone because they'll never tell you. They'll never tell you. I've been offended my whole entire life. Gina, did you speak up? No, I didn't. I just let people walk all over me, and I had the mentality, I just let them say whatever they want to say, let them think whatever they want to think. All the while on the inside, I get hurt. But I keep my mouth shut. I keep my mouth shut, and I allow it to happen time and time again. I do. And there's people like that too, you all. You'd think, well, no, it's not worth my trouble. It is not worth my trouble to open my mouth. That was me my whole entire life, because opening your mouth makes you uncomfortable. And it's something that people don't want to feel like. They don't want to be uncomfortable. It's hard. It takes a lot of courage, you all, to open your mouth and speak. It does. It takes a whole lot of courage, but not for some people. It doesn't. Yeah. Gangstar Dave. Okay. 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 No. No. You never know what you're going to do, what you're going to say that's going to be misconstrued, taken the wrong way, taken totally out of context. Totally out of context. You never know. Because if you did know, truly, I used to tell my husband this all the time years ago. I would say something, and he would get upset and start raising his voice. You knew whatever I said, and I would say, this is just an example. It doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't. I said, do you think that I'm willingly going to open my mouth and say something that I know is going to make you upset and incur your wrath? Because I'm on the receiving end. Do you really think that if I knew that what I said, and even though it wasn't, I've never really been rude or nothing, was going to set you off, do you think that I would do that deliberately? Nobody in their right mind is going to do it if you don't like to do stuff like that. Because it doesn't make sense. I'm the type of person, why would I do something if I willingly knew that somebody was going to get really upset with me? Oh, I'm not. But then that's where you start to walk on eggshells. You learn to walk on eggshells. And if you're a person who's ever had to walk on eggshells, you know what it's like. You don't know what's going to upset anybody. You don't. I got to the point where if I have to walk on eggshells, I will crush every single eggshell now. If you're not going to tell me and open up and speak up, no, I'm going to crush all the eggshells. Crush them all. I can't. I cannot live my life walking on eggshells. Am I going to deliberately go out and do and say things that are going to offend people? Absolutely not. I'm not going to do that. I can't say that it's not being done. I can't. But I'm personally, that's not in me. That is not in me, you all. Some people do like to be like that. I worked with a lot of people like that. Yeah. That's right. It's fine, you all. No, I don't like walking on eggshells. I don't like to feel like I have to walk on eggshells. Because I've done that my whole life. Why do I have to walk on eggshells? Why? And if I don't walk on eggshells, then why do I have to be, no, I'm not walking on eggshells, you all. Don't walk on eggshells. You know how hard it is to walk on eggshells. You do. Don't do it. If you spent the majority of your life having to walk on eggshells, you know how hard it is. You know. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of having to walk on eggshells for people. I am, you all. I'm about fed up with it. I keep silent my whole life. I don't open my mouth because I don't want to offend anybody. I don't. But then when I'm offended, I keep my mouth shut. I keep my mouth shut. And it makes me feel like I have to walk on eggshells. That's what it makes me feel like. It does. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. You may think that I'm strong. Oh, I'm very, very strong. No. I'm done walking on eggshells. I've did it practically my whole life. I don't do it no more for nobody. I'm not. I'm not doing it, and I'm not a doormat. I'm not. I'm not someone who can be spoken down to without me opening my mouth anymore. I expect to be treated with love and kindness and compassion because that's what I show others. I don't like to have the exact opposite on me. I don't. I don't. No. No. Cycles like this have got to stop. It's okay, you all. I can get emotional. I can get emotional. I can show that side of me. I don't have a problem of showing that side of me. You need to see that side of me. We need to see that side of others. You got emotions, you can show them. You can show your emotions. It takes great courage to show your emotions. You should have the ability, you should be able to feel free. And I know it's very difficult for people because maybe you aren't used to showing emotions. No, no, no. Communication. Communication failures. Failure to communicate, misunderstandings, not having the courage to open your mouth and speak up. So many people have went their whole entire life like that, not having the courage to speak up. They keep their mouth shut no matter what happens to them. They keep their mouth shut. I'm not going back into that. I'm not. My mouth's going to open. It's going to open. And I'm not going to walk on eggshells for nobody. I'm not. And I don't expect anybody to walk on eggshells for me. There should be absolutely no reason to walk on eggshells when you're walking in love. There should be no reason to have to walk on eggshells. There should not be. When you come from a position of love on the inside of here, and you truly do follow the golden rule, and you love one another the way that you love yourself, you treat each other the way that you treat yourself, with love and kindness, you don't have to walk on eggshells. You don't have to. And no, you shouldn't. Because you could literally walk on them and you wouldn't even break any of them. That's how delicate your walk would be. I mean, how easy it would be. No. No, 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 no. No. I'm not going to walk on eggshells anymore. I'll crush them. I'll crush them all. Every single one of them. Before I allow my spirit to be crushed again, I will crush the eggshells before my spirit gets crushed again. I will. No. That's right, you all. Crush them. You don't have to walk on them. Yeah. If it's you or the eggshells, it needs to be the eggshells that you're being forced to walk on. That you're being forced to walk on. Walk on them and crush them. I'm going to go. I am going to go, you all. So they've got books out on what I said is not what I mean. They got books on that. How to communicate. I can say something to somebody and they can totally misconstrue it and hear it totally different. Even though I said it very plainly, they can receive it totally different. Totally. And then, or somebody could say something to me and I could receive it different. But when there's lack of communication, how are you going to clear the air? How are you going to clear the air? You can't clear the air when there's lack of communication. You can't. Communication is it's very important. It is. And sometimes it's very uncomfortable to communicate. But you've got to. But I don't know if I can. I'll start crying. So what? So what? You've got to start somewhere. You got to break through the surface. You got to start somewhere. It doesn't matter if you cry, because when you cry, you're breaking through. You're breaking through that fear is what you're doing. Does that mean that you're weak? Oh, no, that means that you're very strong. You had the strength to break through that darkness, to break through that fear. A lot of people can't do it. A lot of people cannot do it. It doesn't matter if you have to cry to break through. It doesn't matter if you have to climb out of the darkness just to even break through, and it hurts. The thing is, you had the courage to do it. Despite the pain, despite the uncomfortableness, you had the courage to do it. You got to speak up. You got to open your mouth. Sometimes things are misunderstandings, and you never know if you don't take the time to try to clear the air. You don't know. You don't know. You can think you know, and you can tune out what someone's trying to tell you. I've had it happen to me so many times. Because once take my husband, once he would think of something, this ain't about my husband, it isn't. I'm just giving an example of way back in my marriage. When he would say something, or I would say something, and he totally took it the wrong way, because he had something else in his mind. I said, you're not listening, let me tell you. Oh no, he would talk over me. He would talk over me. He wouldn't even listen to anything I'd have to say, so you know what I would do? I kept my mouth shut. I thought, well, he's not going to listen anyway. He's upset now. It's not going to do me no good. He's not going to listen. His mind is made up. I said something. He received it that way. There's nothing you can do about it, you all. There's nothing you can do about when the words you say are received in a manner that is not what you said. And no matter if you try to communicate and they're not going to listen, you're going to be wasting your breath. Just let it go. Let it go is what you need to do. Use your intuition. No one needs to see men cry, but yes, we all need to let our grief out from time to time. I think it takes a very courageous man to cry. It really does. It does. I wouldn't want to have to bottle that up all on the inside of me. I wouldn't. A lot of us do. We can say we're strong, and we will bottle it up. It's better to cry it out instead of exploding like a volcano. Like a volcano. No, I'd rather cry it out. I would. I'd rather cry it out. I'd rather cry it out and pray it out to God. Cry out to God. That's what you can do. Yeah, you can do it. Nobody stops me talking, Debbie Lacey. Yeah, if you got something to say, you really want to say it in love. You do. You want to say it in love. And yeah, you do. You got to be careful. But don't be forced to walk on eggshells, especially if you had to walk on them your whole life. Really. And that can happen also in the workplace too. You had to walk on eggshells because somebody's already got their mind made up. When the words come out of your mouth, you meant it a certain way. Because they're already thinking, because they're used to people hearing it a certain way. They're used to people saying that and meaning that. But when someone else comes around and someone says that, then you automatically think, well, they're saying that because I've heard this before in people too. It's hard. It's a growing process. It's a learning process, you all. It is. So sometimes your words get misconstrued. Sometimes they're received the wrong way, and miscommunication happens, and time is not taken. Time is not put forth in to talk out the misunderstanding, to try to clear the air. It's not. And you got to have communication. It helps you grow on the inside. It does. Gina, are you an expert communicator? No, I'm not an expert communicator. I'm not. I can talk. I can talk, and I'm a very good listener. I do listen. When it's coming from a spirit of love, oh, I'm an excellent listener. But if it's coming from a position of hate, I'm going to tune you out. That's not my frequency. My frequency is the love frequency. When someone wants to talk to me, and don't scream and holler at me, because no, I'll hear you, but I'm not going to receive it as well as I would if you spoke to me from a position of love. You'd be amazed what love, if you're a person who screams out things to get people to listen to you or use an angry tone, you'd be amazed on how well whatever you got to say is received when you speak in a loving tone, when you calm yourself down, gather yourself together, and speak in a loving tone. You'd be amazed how well that is received and how well that will sink into another person. You would, because it does work, but maybe not with some people. Maybe they want you to scream back at them. I'm sorry, I can't do that type of communication, screaming back and forth. I never could, never did. No, it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy, you all. It's not a good frequency. Yeah. Gangstar, let me see this right here. No need for you to walk on eggshells. You're a wonderful woman. Always bring a smile to your face. That's right. Throughout my life, I have found myself walking on eggshells every now and then, and I don't get too far. I don't. I look and I realize I'm walking on eggshells, and I don't like it. I don't. I was told, go ahead and break them. Go ahead and walk on them and break them if you have to. I said, I will. I will. And I will. I'll crush those eggshells before my spirit gets crushed. I'll do it. If it's me or the eggshells, I don't care if those eggs are raw. I'm going to crush them. That's right. I'll just crush them. They won't have time to get hard and boiled, because then I'd have to be on them a lot longer. If they're boiled, I'd have to walk on those eggshells a little bit more. Now, even if they're full, just crush them. Crush them, you all. Oh, my gosh. We're chosen and we're being redirected. Yeshua, yeah. Love is a mystery. You told your ex that you couldn't learn when he yelled, Gilly. We tuned it out instead. No lesson could be had through anger. No. And it doesn't make you feel good. You all, it doesn't make you feel good when you get upset and you blow up at someone. It don't make you feel good afterward if you're the individual who does it, because then you feel bad that you did it. You feel bad that you did it. And you can look at the individual who feels bad after they did it and think, I know you feel bad, but you did it. But then they keep repeating it. They'll keep repeating it until it finally sinks in. I don't have to yell. I don't have to allow myself to get upset, because when I get upset, it adds more stress to the situation. It adds more stress on me, because then I stress other people out, and then I'm really feeling it then. No, don't, you all, because it's feeding that type of energy. Don't allow yourself to get stressed out. If you're in a stressful situation, you don't want to add more to it. You don't want to willingly pack on to it. You don't do it. It's not worth it. There's this cartoon of Hansel and Gretel. You ever see it? I think it's with the little clay figures or something, or I don't know. Hansel and Gretel go into the kitchen and they're dancing around. Hansel is dancing with Gretel, and the mother hasn't gotten the house yet, and the father is out to town doing something, selling broomsticks or something. And so they're in there dancing, and they have to make the brooms. And they're dancing around, and they're all happy, and they knock over the pitcher of milk. It spills on the floor, and they realize what happened. It was an accident. And the stepmother comes in the house, and I think she yells at him and sends him out. There's nothing for the father now. Go outside and pick something, some berries or something. And the father comes in the house, and he goes, well, where are they at? She goes, when I came home, there is what remains of the supper on the floor. She said that she did something, and then maybe she's the one who knocked the pitcher over. I don't know who did it, but her husband said that's what anger brings, destruction. Destruction, and it does. It brings destruction. But the father was like, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah. You got to heal, you all. We have got to heal. Oh, hello, Lilo. We have got to heal, you all. We cannot be, no. We're in the end times. We are. And it feels like the dark energies are out there. They're out there. The darkness is growing. And we can't let it grow. You cannot add to the growing darkness. You can't. Don't do it. You don't want to participate in it. You want to shed the light on the darkness. And we all know what the fruits of the Spirit is. We do. Anger is not one of them. Fits of rage is not one of them. Screaming and hollering and yelling is not one of them. It's not one of them. It's not. One will say, well, there's a such thing as a righteous anger. Well, it's not mentioned in the fruit of the Spirit. It isn't. It's not. No, it's not. And we can make excuses for ourselves all day long. We can. You ever hear this? Well, it's your fault. It's your fault while I'm angry. You're the one who made me angry. If you hadn't done that, if you hadn't said that, that's why I'm angry. Now, there are people who will deliberately say and do things just to get to other people. There are people like that. There might be a lot more than what we realize, but there are people who do not do that because they don't like confrontation. They don't want to feel that energy. They want the peace. They want the peace. They want the peace within. No, they're peacemakers. They're peacemakers. There's not enough peacemakers. Not everybody can be a peacemaker. Not everybody can. They don't want it. Yeah, that's right, you all. You may be realizing there is a shift occurring. There's a shift occurring on the inside. You can feel it. You can feel the shift happening on the inside of you. You can. And it's for the better. It's for the better. The shift on the inside of you that's occurring, it's going to make you into a better person. It is. You know it is. You can feel it because you're going to be a better person. You're going to be a stronger person. Your light is going to be able to shine brighter. You just got to go on the inside, take inventory of yourself on the inside, and if you got some broken eggshells that are on the inside of you, you better get them out. Get them out. They don't belong in there. They don't. You don't. No. Don't do it. Get the eggshells out of the inside of you and don't walk on them unless you got to crush them. If it's the eggshells being crushed or your spirit, you're going to crush the eggshells. No, because it's a crushed spirit who can bear. And sometimes words are misunderstood. Someone could tell you something and it comes out all the right, but in your mind, you've already thinking they did this on purpose. This is what they did. This is what they said. They can't fool me. When all the while, that could not be any further from the truth. But sometimes people will think that because they will not communicate. They don't want to take the time to communicate, to clear the air. Because they may see communication is beneath them. I experienced that in my marriage at times. I did. No, you can't talk to people when they're upset. They're not going to listen. They're not. It's all over the place. There's different types of people, but there are people who will listen. And if you're working on being a better person with your communication skills, I'm really happy for you. I really am. I highly encourage it. Highly encourage you to, if you want to be able to talk better and not jump to conclusions, I think that's wonderful. It's really wonderful. That means you're putting forth the effort to grow. And it's not to say that you're not going to stumble and fall. We all stumble and fall, you all. We really do. It's a part of life. It's a part of learning. It's okay. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to think the wrong thing, say the wrong thing. You're going to do the wrong thing. We do it. You may not mean to do it. You may mean to do that. But the thing is, as long as you realize what you did and try to do better the next time, that's good. That's really good. It is. At least you're working toward being a better person. And nobody can fault you for it. Nobody can. They can't, because your intention is clear on the inside of here. It's clear and it's true. Gina, you're so mushy. You like to talk a lot. Sometimes I do. If it's laid on my heart to talk, of course I do. You have a center storm. What is a center storm? Revolutionary bliss. I never heard of a center storm. What is it? Is that? Yeah. Revolutionary bliss. What on earth are you talking about? Anyone who enters my private space without being invited won't get kindness from me. My home is my sanctuary. That's a rather direct comment. Revolutionary bliss. Do you ever invite people into your private space? That's a very strong statement. It is. I haven't heard very many people in my life use that phrase. I haven't. At all. Never. That energy coming from that doesn't sound or feel too good either. It doesn't. You're not perfect, and you're not immune. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you all. And we're living in a world where you got to be careful. You got to be really careful with your space. You do. Be careful with your space. Be careful with your heart. Guard your heart above all else, because it is the wellspring of life. You got to guard your heart, you all. You do. The spirit resides within your heart. Yeah. Oh, revolutionary. Oh, explaining your life. That's all right. I can get over it. Revolutionary. I can get over it. It's like I'm not used to that type of mindset. Listen to me. I've lived a sheltered life my whole life. I have. I was raised up very sheltered. Then I got married. Then I entered the workplace and I got thrown into a den of lions. Thrown into a den of lions. Around 40 years old, I found out what the real world was like. It's a little late starting how cruel the world could be and how cruel people could be. I did. And it broke me. It broke me so many times. I don't know if it was a hindrance. Maybe I should have been thrown out to the wolves earlier in my life, and then I would have known what the world was like, and maybe I would have been a little bit tougher instead of living such a sheltered life. Maybe. And even now, even like on the social media, I didn't know people could be the way that they are. I didn't. Guess I've lived too much of a sheltered life. Gina's lived in her own little bubble. Well, it was my bubble. It was the life that was, I guess I was supposed to live. I guess if I was supposed to live a totally different life, I would have been born into a different family, is how I look at it. I would have had different parents, a different experience, a different all the things. I would have. I had the life I was supposed to have, and I still have it. Is it easy, Gina? Absolutely not. I probably wouldn't want to walk in a lot of your shoes, and I'm telling you, you probably would not want to walk in my shoes. You would not, because I probably would not be able to handle what you went through in your life, and you probably would not want to have been able to handle what went on in my life. No. That's right. You say you don't know what someone goes through unless you walk in their shoes. You probably could not walk in their shoes. And you probably wouldn't want to walk in their shoes. You wouldn't. And feel what they felt throughout their life, because some of it would be too horrific. I'm just going to tell you, I can't handle horrific things that some people can handle. I can't do it. But then some people probably would not even be able to handle what I handle and go through it remaining calm. Remaining calm. Well, Gina, that's a little mouse. Well, here I am. That little mouse must be really strong to make it this far, right? I'd say so. A sensitive, thick skin. I like that. Dajahididam Marhi. It's right. You pray for the return of humanity to go back to more natural states of being. Yeah. Revelation. You got... Oh, that was a different song. Yeah. Galactic Federation symbol. Are you talking? What are you talking about? The sun, the Galactic Federation symbol that we did. That's why we're all here. It's meant to be. We're a group of many warriors. That's right. That's right, you all. No, you all. We got to all work on our communication skills. Me too. We got to fine-tune them. We do. We got to be more sensitive to others. But we don't want to be forced to walk on eggshells. Okay, we don't. We need some tweaking. We need some tweaking and not no twerking. Tweaking. Tweaking happening on the inside of us. Just turn that down until we get a little bit more tuned in so that we can speak more clearly and convey the messages we want to convey more clearly and not be afraid to do it. Not be afraid, because it's hard to speak up. It is. It's hard for me to speak up at times too, because sometimes I think I don't want to go through it. I don't want to have to do it. I should not have to do it. Yeah. Sometimes you have to do it. You have to do what you don't want to do. And when you don't want to do it and you know you need to do it, chances are you really should make yourself do it, because the more you resist doing something you know you need to do, say something you know you need to say, and the more you put it off and put it off, it's going to eat at you and eat at you and eat at you. You're going to have restless nights. You're going to be on edge until you say whatever it is you have to say, and then go, well, I'm glad I got that over. I'm glad I got that off my chest. I feel so much better. And it really wasn't that hard. You worked yourself all up. You worked yourself all up, making yourself to think it was going to be really hard. And you find out, well, I didn't even think that was going to happen like that. Of course not. But you held off. You scared. Fear held you back. Fear is not your friend. It's not your friend at all. When fear comes creeping in, it's come creeping in for one reason, to keep you from growing. That's right. Now, you got to use your intuition. Don't substitute your fear for intuition, because fear will talk and speak like it. But fear is meant to hold you back. You got to have wisdom. You do, you all. I'm about done talking. I can't, my words aren't done yet, you all. I want to be done, but I'm not supposed to be done yet. I'm not. Gracie, hello. That's right. No. It's not easy. It's not easy walking this road called life. It's not easy going through the things that we have to go through. Dad, I don't care how old you get. It's not easy. Sure, when you get older, you don't care much about what other people think, but you still got to have that sensitivity within you. You can't lose that side of you that made you who you were, especially if you're a loving, caring person. No. Normally when you get older, you learn to get a little more softer in your personality and the ways that you do things. Your eyes open a little bit more, and you realize, well, I could have done better. I really could have, but I didn't. The reason you didn't, I guess, is because you didn't have the mind space to do it. You didn't. Otherwise, if you were in that frame of mind, you would have did it like that. You would have. If you look back on your life with regrets about what you've done, and you let those regrets eat at you, you're not going to make it. You're going to have to tell yourself, I did the best that I could. I did what I knew how. Because some people, you truly do what you know how to do, because you know no other way. So you did your best. Don't blame yourself for that. Don't blame yourself, because you know if you're looking back and said, I shouldn't have did that. Well, that was you back then. That was you back then. That's not you now. That's not you now at all. So don't compare the you now to the you back then. Don't do it. You don't have to do it, you all. You can be thankful for how far you've made it in this life. You don't have to look back and blame yourself. Of course, it's going to cause you to have some feelings, because it hurts you now that you think about it. But you're not that person that you used to be, you all. You're not. That's right, but don't let your past hold you back, and don't let your past harden you. Okay, don't. You still want to be loving and kind. Your goal is love. Right there. You don't want to hold grudges. You don't want to look down on people. You don't want to think the worst of people. If you have a tendency to look at people, and you look so hard, you look and look and look. I know there's good in them. I know there's good. And you look. You just keep looking. I know there is something in there that I can work with. I know it. And you hold on and you hold on and you hold on. And then you start seeing it come. You start seeing it. You start seeing that light grow and grow. Yeah, if you're that person who tries to find the good in everybody, thank you, because there's not enough people like that in this world. There isn't. And those people who wish people would find some good in them, they're very thankful too. They really are. They're very thankful that there are people out there that sees the good in them when other people don't. Wow, that makes me want to cry. It does. It does. It's interesting. Yeah, no, there's people out there. You keep looking for the good in others, because there's someone out there who wants to be found. They do. They want to be found. They want somebody to believe in them. We all do. But there are people who really do. Yeah. It's all right. We ain't talking about people's body on here. If you got a good body figure, we're not talking about that. We've seen that message. Now see, you got yourself in trouble, Lucy, honey. Whoever you were, looks, let me tell you what. I don't care how nice your body looks. I don't care how beautiful you are. It's what's on the inside of here. That's what truly, truly matters right there. That's where the beauty comes from. And it's good if you have the looks on the outside, but when it comes down to it, it's truly what's inside of here, because that's what's going to make a difference in people's life. It's who you are on the inside of here, the beauty, the beauty, the beauty. Yeah, like that. We want the inward beauty. We do. That's what God looks at, the inward beauty on the inside, and that's what other people want. There's not enough of that. There's not enough of inward beauty on the inside of us, you all. There isn't. I mean, you have it. I've been told I don't have any. I saw this comment. There's nothing good in you. Okay. But that came from a place of hurt. That type of statement came from a place of hurt, from a hurt person. Gina, can you overlook it? Yeah. Does it hurt you? A little, but I can overlook it, and I can see where it's coming from. I can. And I can hope that they heal. I can pray for their healing. I can. Angry people, hurt people, someone said. And they do. Hurt people. Because they've been shown love. They haven't healed. They haven't been shown enough love and kindness. And maybe it's hard for them to allow themselves to be loved. Maybe. They don't want to hurt people. They don't want to hurt people. Some hurt people don't truly want to hurt people on the inside. But they do in that to protect them, because they're tired of getting hurt. They're tired of getting hurt. That makes sense. It does. But it's like a prison. It's like a prison. You don't want to be in a prison. You break down those walls. And you don't want to be vulnerable. You don't want to open yourself up to people, because you don't want to have your spirit crushed again. You don't. I get it. I get it. Gina, is that how you are? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. It's how a lot of you are, too. You're guarding your heart with all your might. You don't want your spirit crushed. You don't want your heart broke. But you still want to be a loving person and reach out in love. You want to receive love. But you're still guarded. You're still guarded. That's right. It's okay. You got to guard yourself. You got to guard yourself. Yeah, Pamela, honey. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Yeah. 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 We got it going on, you all. What you got going on? We got the understanding going on in our heart. We know what we need to do in life. We do. We all know. We know that what path we should take. Sometimes we don't take it. Sometimes we don't take the path that we should take. We take the other path in life. That other path looks more exciting, because the path you may be on now is so boring. It's a boring path. I want some excitement. So you take that other path, you get that excitement. It gives you excitement, all right. But the boring path was not that bad, because if you get too much excitement in your life, it could come with the trouble. And then you may regret, wow, why did I do this? I had it so much better on this boring path, this calm path, or whatever. Yeah, I'm getting tired, you all. Just listen. What do you go? Misunderstandings occur when there's lack of communications. They got books on. That's what I said, not what I meant. When you say something, your words can be received by others in a totally different way. They can hear different words. Even though you said the words perfect, they could be perceiving them totally different because of the way their brain works or something, you all. And you can try to explain it, and it still won't be, they still won't receive it, especially if they're in no state of mind to receive it. And maybe they don't want to receive it. Maybe they already have it in their mind. This is what they meant. This is what they meant. There's nothing you can say, and you can say, I did not mean it that way. Then you're going to waste your breath. You're going to waste your breath. So don't waste it. You need that breath to breathe. You need that breath to keep living. Yeah, don't exhaust yourself. Did you read the book, Joshua? What book are you talking about? Yeah. Texting on the phone has caused a lot of miscommunication. It has, when you read text, social media and stuff, a ton of miscommunication comes across. Because you know why? You only see the words, or you only see the visual. And things can easily getting taken out of context, totally easily. Totally out of context. That's right. Shoulder flash. It is, Al. Texting can be very dangerous. It's misunderstood. And nowadays you can use your phone to speak the words, and the words will get changed. And then it says something that you didn't want it to say, but it goes out. Then it goes out because the text changed itself. And we're living in the day and age also when you can use media to speak and stuff, and you said what you said, and if you go watch it, the word has changed. They put a different word, and you say, I know I didn't say that, but one different word in your mouth. They have the ability to do that now. Yes, artificial intelligence. Tone is extremely important. Oh, you're back, Frank, honey. You thought Miss Gina was gone. Where did I go, Frank? Yeah. Had a lesson in text analysis. Wow. Amy, your 8th grade English class, your son's. Text analysis and how to interpret. Wow. It makes a lot of sense. I guess, yeah. That's why Mr. Musk said you won't need to write anymore because the communication will happen in your head. That's what he said with the Neuralink. You won't need to communicate. You won't need to write, speak or write, because all the communication will occur from your head to someone else's. It will be a collective like communication, like whatever it was, communication. I guess AI will do it for you. AI will communicate for you, you all, through your thoughts. The words that change, the Mandela effect. Yeah, telepathic, that's the word. There's quantum shifts. I tell you what, do some of you feel like you're on a different timeline, or there has been some kind of a there is something happening. Something's really different. Hello, Tony. Our world's got turned upside down. Our lives, in some ways, have got turned upside down. It just doesn't feel the same on the inside. It doesn't. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. An organic timeline. Yeah, something about timelines. They're mixed up. Timelines are mixed up. They're not what they used to be. Time is speeding up. SC, how many timelines can we jump to be on a different, well, I guess there's movies like that. I guess there is. If you go to a different planet, I guess you're not remembering it. If you jump in a timeline. Well, you all, I'm going to go. It's 1 hour. I have stood here for 1 hour. The time flew by fast. It did. It literally 1 hour. 60 minutes. 60 minutes. I'm going to bed. So I said whatever I was supposed to say. My words are done now. They are done. I feel they're done now. I wasn't going to say all of this, but they came out. They did. They came out the way they were supposed to come out, or they wouldn't have came out, right? That's how I look at things. Everything happens for a reason. It does. And it's okay. It's all right, you all. So I'm going to go. And thank you all for being on here this late at night, which is, my goodness, it's 11:30. It's 11:30 at night. That's okay. I hope that this helps someone, what we were speaking about, whatever it was. I hope it makes a difference in your life somehow. I do. So thank you, Apple Brooks, honey. If there's any other moderator, thank you. And hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And remember, it's okay. It's okay if you cry. It's okay if you show emotions. It's okay if you don't want to walk on eggshells. If it's the eggshells being crushed or your spirit, crush the eggshells, okay? Especially if you've walked on eggshells your whole life, and you don't want to have to walk on them again, don't do it. Because you're supposed to put that in your past. You're supposed to heal from it. You don't need that to happen again. You don't. Just crush them. Crush them. They'll understand. They'll understand if you had to crush those eggshells to say what you had to say. If they're loving and kind. If they got the love frequency, they'll understand. If they don't, well, that's fine too. Yeah. Oh, you got lots of crying tonight, Gaia Lee. It's cleansing. It is cleansing. Crying is cleansing. It's healing. It is. Get it out of you, because sometimes it feels good to cry. It does. Gina, have you cried a lot? Oh, I haven't cried a lot lately at all. I haven't had a good cry in a long, long, long time. I don't feel the need. I'll have a little bit in there. I don't ever want to have a great big good cry. Nobody does, really. They don't. I'm going to go. And have a wonderful evening, you all. Love you. Please give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Join this channel.